Two, three, four, five.
All right, got you. All right, cool. All right, what's going on, guys? It's gonna be Donnie coming to you from the South of Japan, Pinku style. Got my guy Lexis back in the saddle again, as always. But this time is off the heels of the debut of the Getaway Driver event that you not event but the show that you can see on Discovery Plus and everything. I just got finished watching half of it and everything, and Lex was up and everything is pretty. What time is it there right now, man?
It is. I think like 8.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
All right.
8:10.
All right,
Yeah,
cool,
man.
So,
You know,
so what you got?
we had to do this because we've been
Yeah.
kind of with it. Now I can finally talk about it. We can
Yeah,
explain
man.
it. You've seen it. Let's go.
Yeah, man. So I mean, overall, man, like to see with everything, man. Like, what was your this is your first time doing? We say you did some like movie stuff before, man. So this your first TV style joint?
First TV where I'm me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got you.
Did some stunt driving for a movie back in the day, and some other small things, but yeah, like music videos and shit. But yeah, this television type thing. Yep.
Yeah, man. So I right to it, man. Your feelings, man, because I can see like when the joint happened, I was like, man, I knew the side of the car was crashed on, so I was like it's gonna come from the left or whatever, right? So then I'm like, what the fuck, man? So I'm looking at it like, nah, this thing high. I'm like, man, it didn't look right, man. So I mean, overall, man, the production and everything, man. What was your feelings, man? Just overall, man.
I'm gonna be 100% real.
Yeah.
I felt betrayed.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were given a set of rules to abide by. We were told what to expect. When I asked, where are we driving at? What's it look like? They said, you can't see it. I'm like, all right, cool. We were fully kept in the dark. We absolutely knew, like, we didn't know what anything looked like before we got there. So, so as we get there, so let's just run it back. Let's just run it back to us getting there. So I put my car on the trailer, ship it off. Everything's 100% fine. My boy Jeff worked with me tirelessly on brakes. I'm a stickler for brakes. I need my brakes to be perfect. I need them to work as they're intended. We went through so many things, like literally I only drive the car 5-6 feet and be like, this ain't right. And then we get back into it and get under it. Car was perfect when I loaded on the trailer and left. I even put a full tank of California gas with the proper 1-to-1 ratio of the premix in there. I made sure that car was ready to go, that there was nothing that needed to be done aside from if we got to see the location, raise or lower the car. You know, I got to keep it fresh, so I want it to be as low as possible, but we don't know what to look for.
Right. Because
we don't know the terrain. So anyway, we were told to wash our cars to get ready for hero shots. Just the car posted somewhere, looking good light on it, et cetera, et cetera. I back my car out of my parking spot, and I push the brakes to stop the car. My pedal goes to the floor. I'm like, oh, shit. I push it again to the floor again. So finally, we have a handbrake in the car. I stop it with the handbrake. And at that point right there, I knew we were in trouble because when I looked at the brake reservoir, it was completely dry. Have you ever in your mechanic services seen a brake reservoir that's completely dry?
No.
With no sign of leaking, no banjos that leaked, no pool of brake fluid sitting inside the barrel of the wheel from the calipers, no sign of leaking running down the calipers at all?
Nah, I mean other than going inside the inside the chassis through the brake master, that's the only thing I've seen. Like it wasn't leaking there.
That's what I arrived to.
Yeah.
So don't know how, where it happened, but it was like that. So that the whole thing was just, it was like, oh shit, I'm in danger. Like that meme where that little dog sitting there and he's like, I'm in danger, but this is fine.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
that's what it was like. I said, well, shit.
Yeah, and you should. I
I'm,
mean, you never had brake issues. You driven that car a bunch. It had brakes fully when you left the.
bro, when we got it back, I filled it with brake fluid and it's been fine ever since. So how does that happen? Where does that happen at?
Mm,
But that's what I dealt with. We were supposed to have time to work on the car. Everything I was told was way different when we got there.
right.
So we were supposed to have time to work on the car. I desperately needed it because I don't have brakes now at this point. It was rush, 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 rush. All right, go back to the hotel, which we had to be kept super separated and in silence from each other. So I never got to fix my brakes. So what you
Mm.
guys see driving was zero brakes, and it's funny that I saw my brake lights flash at one point, and it was at the point I stabbed him because I forgot that I didn't have brakes, and I had to change my whole driving style right there on the fly.
Mm. So I got it queued up in the background. So once we get to the actual driving portion, I'll press play on it and everything, man. So I'm just trying, like, yeah, that's wild, man. Like it's so I mean, so you guys' cars were around other people, not you know what I mean, other people had access to the car and stuff like that.
Yep,
That's that's wild,
it's
man.
it. Yeah, all the cars sat together in a garage. Um, they were lined up and huddled up and placed where they needed to, where they were. So, I'm not saying that there was foul play. I'm just saying what wasn't there and what I know 100% was good to go.
Right, and you say you filled it up when you got back, and there's no fluid still in there. And even like it's weird because you can have like a guys who don't know mechanically, you can have a brake line like you can sever it and it'll drain like it'll trickle the fluid, but it won't. It'll still have some fluid in the reservoir.
Right.
Like so, yeah, that don't
So
make
for
sense.
the whole brake reservoir, that whole big brake reservoir to be completely dry, and I mean dry, nothing in there. I was only away from my car for 4 days, 4 or 5 days, I think. The car went out. They called me, sent me a picture when it got there, and I flew out the next week. So even if you had a really small leak, it would not drain the entire reservoir
Right,
that fast.
and like far as like pulling off the trailer, the delivery guy, like I mean, he drove it up the truck, correct?
Yeah, and it's on the incline, so it had to have
Yeah,
brakes.
yeah. So he's
Because he's
going up the
driving it down that shit, he's got to bring it to a stop.
right, and he ain't using the e-brake, so yeah, that's wild, man. Like that's yeah, man. So I mean, as far as that shit, have you got with the production team? Like, dude, what the fuck happened to my brakes, or what's going on and stuff like that, or
Man, when they started shoving microphones up my hood,
mm,
up my hoodie and shit, while I'm trying to figure this shit out, and they're like, "Oh wait, let's get this," and cameras are all on me, and then the chicks over the shoulder of the guy asking, "What are you feeling right now? Tell me what's going on," and I'm like, "How the fuck does my car have zero brakes when it had more than enough brakes when it left? How does it
mm.
get from there to here and it don't work?" And then how do y'all expect me to go out here and drive in this compound with zero brakes? How safe is that going to be? Then it was just like, I understand what this is. This is entertainment.
Mm.
So I was like, all right, y'all want entertainment. I get it.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Yeah, man, it's like fuck, man. Like it's to have you like, and then like you said, man, I peeped it too before you actually said it. I noticed like I noticed when they showed her car, it already had like mud and shit on the wheels, and then your car it already had a rooster on the side. So explain that, man. What was the so you were the first out, and then they
Oh,
swapped it.
yeah. So they swapped it. So I understand why they did this because this was in the form of entertainment. It
Mm,
just made it to look like, oh, mine was a fluke accident. No, I was the first driver. When she asked us, Michelle Rodriguez, when she asked us who's going to be the first driver, I was like, me. And then she said, oh, you're going to be the first. I said, I might as well be the first. I'm going to blaze this trail. Whatever the hell happens, it happens, but we're going to figure it out from there.
mm,
So she said, all right, well, Lex, you're up. I was the first driver.
right.
So I go flying through there, do my thing, how you see it happen. There's, like I said, zero brakes. The way I was driving the car,
Let me
once I remembered, oh shit, I don't have any brakes,
right.
was I was doing shift lock, going in the corners So that's why it was a low angle drift. Oh, dude, I was sitting right there. I didn't know those mics were that strong. I said, bro, you got me. I was talking to my brother. I didn't
Mm.
know those mics picked that shit up like that.
Yeah.
But as I'm flying through the corners, I'm using shift lock and a little bit of handbrake. So that's why it's real low angle drifts. That was really my
Mm.
only way to drive exciting because for my understanding is that's what they wanted. They wanted me to go through here rapid, right? With some speed, not to creep around. So I'm trying to make it
Yeah.
happen. And so that's why there's these little slides because I'm using shift lock and a little bit of handbrake, loose gravel. My car is a street car, street tires, everything. I just raised it. So this was a sketchy part. So I picked up speed. That sound effects was right on. I picked up speed. I didn't know Cuz was behind me till I looked up in that rear in my mirror. That laid over shit, I
Yeah.
almost hit the wall right there,
Yeah. I
dog.
seen it. I seen.
Yo, I was like, oh, let me go. And then I'm like, no, I don't got no brakes. So I had to do the shift lock through there. It went, and I just got back on it and dipped. So I came through here and I'm just like, okay, this is fine. I'm faster than them. I saw that car, so I said, I'm not tripping off of him. Let me find a way through this location. So I wasn't really mashing. I just was gonna play with him a little bit just to make it appealing. But as I come around here, and I'm getting sideways, you can see. So as we're looking over the right hand, there's cameras in my wing side, and I on my right mirror, on my
Mm.
passenger side mirror. I can't see over there, so the visibility is low and then I'm coming around the shit brush that I can't see, and then I boom right there. Now the rule. This is where I started to cuss everybody out. This is what they cut out. This shit got cut, super edited. Okay, you see no brake lights because I was like, I got this. Now, me as the first driver, you see what just happened here on the intersection. The rules said 37 intersections. I was cussing him out. Every time a driver gets to the intersection and he has the police car beat or the chase car beat, he gets the intersection. They have to stand down. They have to let me go through. That's what this scene was all about. They cut this because I was sitting there. Dude, look at my eyes. My eyes are red. I wasn't crying. I was mad as fuck. I was mad as
Yeah.
fuck. I just got through letting everybody have it. They were trying to convince me to maybe keep going, maybe reset the cameras and we start from there because everybody stayed in that position. But I wasn't into it. I was like, nope. I see what this is, and I'm not to myself. I'm saying this, but I was trying to like maintain my disposition because I was pissed off. I'm like, nah, we're not doing this. I'm done. We're over it. I didn't build this car to not get a fair shake. For me to operate on rules that they gave me, and I'm supposed to understand what they can do for my safety, and
Mm.
then them completely go off the Richter and do something different. I wasn't happy with that shit. So that was it for me. The part where she said, "You trust me," that was another conversation. I'm surprised they used that part. Uh, she asked me, "Do I trust her?" Because this was a real conversation. I won't divulge what it was about. It was a real conversation, and she's like, "I got you. Do you trust me?" And I said, "All right, I trust you." So they added in bits and pieces of a lot of shit,
Yeah.
but they
One hundred
didn't
percent.
give you everything. So I like it. I appreciate where they went with it, but um, this was weird. This was weird. And this
Yeah.
was real shit. I
I ain't
say,
gonna lie,
yo,
man. I'm like, damn, man. It's like to have. I mean, to be honest, man, I hate to because you don't. I mean, well, I see the other. It was other girl in there that. Yeah, yeah. The Michelle girl was in there or whatever, and.
that shit was so funny. She said, "All right,
Yeah,
Lex, I'm gonna need that 2,000 back." I'm like, the thing about that shit, your man
yeah,
so fucking hard, it might have flew out the car. Y'all gonna have to check the replay to see where the money
yeah,
went. She was dying laughing, dude.
yeah.
But
One second.
I mean, it
Let
was
me
overall a really cool experience because Michelle Rodriguez is a real one.
right.
We were mic'd hot the whole time. Even when they quote unquote aren't filming, there were cameras that were pointed at us, cameramen that were actually walking around still filming us. So she was having real conversations with me that manifested to be true and real. She was having real conversations with me while the mics were hot. So, you know, she knows how this movie shit work. And I'm looking at her like, yo, shorty, it was a point in time I pointed like this because that's where the mic was. I'm like, yo, she's like, yeah, it's all good because she know they gonna cut it. But I was so thrown off, like I didn't know how to. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm real, so I don't work in that world. And when she's having a conversation, I wasn't believing what she was saying, but it was really real what she was saying. So if she ever somehow sees this, Michelle Rodriguez, you're absolutely a stand-up person. Matter of fact, the name of the RX-8 that I bought, I originally bought that RX-8 to do this television show because they wanted to do it with this car, and
Okay.
I refused because I knew they were going to destroy the car. I knew they were
Mm-hmm.
going to destroy whatever I drove. Then I bought that RX-8.
Oh, so
And
the destruction part was out. Everybody understood that there was going to be contact.
we understood there was going to be a certain type of
Cause
contact.
they like them
They said
motherfuckers just going in.
They said side swipes.
Yeah, because they were going straight up frontal like
Straight
demolition
up.
derby.
Yeah.
That's like that. I mean, all right, to have you out, in the first round or whatever, man. Already kind of, I'm gonna watch it, but honestly, not interested. To be honest, I hate to say it. I don't know other people
Yeah.
in the show, and I know the production stuff's in there. But my thing is like, bro, like I can understand like a pit maneuver. Pit maneuver is cool, but to have you, I mean, because these are nice cars, man. Now you just see in the things, man,
Yeah.
and they're just like straight up full blown demolition derby in these cars. I'm like,
And
man,
that's what I was okay with because they said pit maneuvers that they said if the driver gets beside you
yeah,
and makes a pit
'Cause-
maneuver, I said, well, over fenders. I've got over fenders right here on the wall. No problem. I put new over fenders on, I paint the car. They said no rear ending,
yeah,
no collision, and no side impact. But when we were having all the Zoom meetings and the emails back and forth, I kept pressing. I said, do we need a cage or no? They said, no, you don't need a cage. And I was asking, I was just picking, is there going to be full impact? They said, yeah, there's going to, at times in certain situations. So I said, well, I need a cage. I already had a cage in my car, but I was like, I need the cage. So they're like, all right, cool. So the cage, everything gets done and whatever to what I was like, I'm safe, comfortable with this. Because I just knew it was going to happen, dude. It was inevitable. I'm like, how could they make this exciting without hitting us, you know? And that's why I didn't want to send this because it's got oil coolers in the front corners. This impact that they gave the vert, if they gave it to this car, oil would have shot everywhere. It would have been structural damage, messed up from the bash bar and everything. Same with the RX-8. It's got oil coolers in the front corners. That can't take any front end collision. Only thing that I had that was an option because I was trying to buy another car, but then out of the blue, your transport will be here to pick up your car tomorrow. I'm like, oh shit.
yeah,
I was out of time. No cars to buy. So that's why the vert got chosen sent.
yeah, man. Yeah, dang, it's just for me. It's anticlimactic, man. Because it's like I could tell, man, the energy, like in the camera. It's like, cause we, I'm getting to know you and stuff, man, and like I can see, even in the cuts, like if they don't know you, right? So like the cat with the Corvette, I don't know if that's his personality all the time, or he was just jazzing it up for the camera because it seemed like he was kind of adding on a little bit, and I know you and everything, so just the energy, like even when she said when it started out, they were kind of like giddy in the candy store. You were just like you were chill, like you weren't, that's Michelle Rodriguez, but you weren't like, what I'm saying, your mannerisms when they were like you ready to go. You was like, yeah, it was like
they had to redo that and tell me to
spice it up.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So they wanted me to be the cocky black dude Vin Diesel-ish. I was like, that ain't me. My homies is about to watch this shit.
Yeah. Because I would have definitely.
Like, I'm not acting. I was like, I'm good enough. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, when we had the conversation last one, I'm good being me. I'm 100% comfortable being me. So I can be me, like fully comfortable me, or I could be a reserve chilling in the cut watching me. So I said, well, let me give me that's entertaining that my homeboys know. That's what I gave on TV. So that's why I was joking with Blood, like, cuz got the hairdo. Yo, if he stand out with some New Balances, he's one of them ones. Because it was just like, that's, everybody know that's how I am, that, hanging me. So I was just like, nah, I'm giving it up. I wore the same type of clothing. Everybody was in race suits. I wasn't.
I just honestly feel like they knew everybody that was there, right? They talked to all the drivers. I feel like you should have been in the later parts, man. To be honest, my personal opinion is like your shit was kind of like the prelims. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But it shouldn't have
But
been there.
we got to see it change after me.
Right.
So even though they mixed up the driver layout, it it got to change after my incident and conversation.
So essentially they're doing the FD on the fly rule changes and shit.
Yeah. Now, I want to see if they get back into it, like if they looked at the episode while they're editing, or not even while they're editing, but just production at the end of the day. I know they have a meeting. I know they gather around and say, yo, how did y'all think the rest of the day went? They probably were like, yo, it looked pussy because we kept letting everybody by. Because some of the carnage I'm seeing in some of the trailers leading into the other shows, oh, it looked like they got back on the vibe they was on with me. So, you know what I mean? It's just like, as long as they gave everybody a fair shake with the rules and let them by, but if they still got like big active on them, that's how Chase is supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, let's stop the driver, but just death at first sight coming across a blind corner with brush and shit in the way, and then it's just like bam, you know what I mean? You didn't see not a brake light cut on from me, and the in-car camera, you didn't even see me move my hand off of the steering wheel to the handbrake because I was super confident, like I got this intersection, I'm turning in, and that's why I was so tight on the shoulder. I was like, I'm gonna skip right by him because I wanted it to look very authentic. I wanted it to look real. I was there to help out, to make the show look amazing. That's why I was trying to drive the way that, I mean, keep it real. I've been in real high-speed chases before. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I know how we're supposed to maneuver, but I was like, let me make this look exciting because it's going to be on TV. Again, I know the homies is watching. So they going to want to see the real deal. You know what I mean? It just, I could say I just wish they could keep it the same way it was. If they added in the real context of the other things, I'd be pleased. Either way, super dope opportunity. I feel like it was cool experience. That's why I told her. I say it was a good experience that I'm taking from it. But, you know, other than that, I'm cool with being out. I'm all right with it, you know, because, you know, we move and shake in the real world. But you sitting there watching it, did it, I just wanted, like, did it translate to you as if this was entertaining, or was it corny, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, what was the vibe?
Well, like, of course, I didn't finish the rest of the episode and everything, so we shooting this and everything. So it was, for me, man, like, me knowing, like, because I mean, the only person I know there is you. Everybody else is like foreign and new to me, so I don't know their personality. But I mean, far as you, I mean, I know that was normal. It wasn't like forced and stuff like that. And again, like you said, he kept it real and stuff like that. Again, man, I think they should have evaluated, like, I guess, people based on their driving skills coming in and what they've done competition wise, and put those guys towards the middle or rear, because if you got a girl, you know what I mean, I don't know the girl, I've never seen a girl ever, she's nice looking and everything with a Z, but it's like I never seen her before, and you know what I'm saying, it's kind of, yeah, man, that for me, that my personal thing is just they should have put you middle or towards the end, man, because you didn't get to display really much of nothing. And for the people who don't know you, you know what I'm saying, that's a double-edged sword with this shit. The people who know you, we know what you do. We know what you're capable of. Everybody knows how you get down. So we don't got to be convinced, but it's like a whole broad. Know what it reminds me? It reminds me of Parker, man. It reminds me of how Aaron. Yeah, it reminds me of, like, that wasn't what he could do. That was just a moment they captured, and they put that out there. And to everybody who didn't know how hard he works, how meticulous he is, it kind of looked like, oh, that dude just fucking went out there with a shitty ass rotary. Nah, man. You know what I'm saying? So with yours, man, and then representing that, you're probably the only rotary there, correct?
Yeah, for sure.
So now it's going now. So my thing is, like, you know, I mean, I know you're cool, you're solid as a person, you ain't worrying about what people saying, but it's like the editing or the production or the way they cut, they could have put in. It's like, all right, they put in some of the aggression, you the angry black dude. If they don't put it in, it's like you just took that bang and you just got out of there and stuff. But I could tell the facial expressions with some of the I ain't never seen those because we never on the podcast. We always lively chopping it up. But I could tell, man. I could tell.
Yo, my boy just texted me and said, "Yo, I could tell you were mad as fuck,
bro. I could tell you were like that's like one step from throwing hands and shit face."
Hey, I was sitting in the car, and when you see me kind of put both my hands down and go like this, I said, "Yo, check your fucking attitude," because I was getting so mad. I had to verbally tell myself, "Check yourself," because I was really getting mad. Because I looked at Blood, right, the driver of the pursuit car, and he's looking dead at me, eyes hella big like this. Like I saw it when he was coming at me. That's why when I looked and I said, "Think about to hit me."
Real quick on those guys, I know they hyped them up, but are these guys actually trained?
No, they're the real fucking deal. Plus, they drove around in that pursuit lot, going over hundreds of scenarios for 2 weeks.
Right.
2 weeks. Us, then and there.
Right. And from that production stuff, because I've never been on anything like that, I can understand it. To them, it makes it more raw. It makes it more, the feelings are actually real versus like you cited the whole deal and everything and learned it. It would be a different kind of thing. You could see when the Z chick took off, she was just driving Miss Daisy and shit until the guy came up. Then she started doing, because I was expecting, like, man, when's she going to start going fast? I mean, you out the gate, you were fucking balling. You know what I'm saying? So it was a difference.
They used 2 cuts because they did an action and then they did a test hit.
Okay.
The one when I took off and then she walks across, that's the test hit. We didn't mean to go full out, flat out. If they had to use the one from the actual action, I went balls out like fucking burning rubber all the way through the shit. The test one kind of is like take off and then you cruise to a stop right around the corner. So that's why you see the brake lights come on. But that's what I thought was expected though. You know what I mean? But what I was saying with dude is I saw his eyes. So as I saw his eyes, my thought was, again, how time compression happens when an incident's happening. I'm like, is this nigga about to hit me? And so I'm looking at him. So that's why I was like, boom, I'm looking dead at him like, yo, what the fuck is up with you? So it was really like, yo, the fuck is going on, bro? And, the real thing was they were asking me why I didn't go. I was like, because he hit me and stayed on the gas. He tried to push me into the cinder block. His whole thing was to incapacitate my car, like end it. He didn't give an opportunity for the chase to happen. They used the drone shot, but right off to the left of the bushes, the reason I made the right, how they were saying if he goes left, no. If I go left, the cruiser with the bull bars, with the bash bars was right there. I went right because I'm like, this is the best option, and I had the safety net. I thought the intersection is mine if I get it first. So I didn't even know where dude was. I just looked at my mirror. Remember, I can't see in this mirror over here because there's a camera there. I looked at my mirror and I tried to look. I can't see him, so he's not behind me. So let me make this roundabout and go this way. As soon as I cleared that brush, I saw him and I said, we're okay because I got the intersection. I'm in it. You clearly see my wheels go into the intersection before the impact happened. So I was just like, bruh, the fuck is up? So when dude came joking, oh, you just lost your bumper cover. And then he was like, you're not leaking or nothing and this and that. I'm like, come on, son, it's a rotary. Have you ever seen a rotary leak, my nigga? Come on, man. And so it was just like those kinds of things. Like if they had kept it in, it could have made that so much funnier because I realized I said, this was entertainment. They got me fucked up, but this is entertainment. So let me make it entertaining, and then Michelle's like, do you think your car's broken? I said, I can't see shit from here. I said, I just assume my wheel is somewhere inside my engine bay along with my control arm, and it just is what it is. She's like, is that why you didn't move? I said, yeah, that's why I'm not moving. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know how it is,
Right.
So some of the banter would have made that even funnier. But, in the sake of time.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, just from, again, kind of your experience that just had on this one, then reverting back to the hyperdrive, if I get the opportunity to do some stuff like that, it's like, man, it's like kind of you're kind of expecting them to push the narrative how they want to push it, man, and play it how they want to play it. And then also that right there, what they don't understand, like I mean, all right, so did they say like on contact you guys are free to continue if you can? Did they say that or they didn't say?
Yes. Yes, there's a whole interview portion, and they tell you, hey, if the guy hits you, you can keep going if you feel like going. I'm like, all right. And then I told them what I intended to do. I said, per the rule. And I told them a lot of my shit, I kept referring to the rules, kind of like to hold them accountable. And I said, what I'm told in the rules and how it's supposed to go, if it's incidental contact, I'm fine to keep pushing. Once the car gets hit, I said this, which, like I said in the editing, they weren't trying to make me look crazy because somebody that could have been real sneaky on the edit could have threw that in. I said, upon contact, if the car gets fucked up, I'm going even harder because it's already fucked up, right? But that was in context using the name of the rule. If you guys are operating as you said, I have no clue what this place looks like. So on the rules that I'm told, if this goes how it's supposed to go, I'm just going to go crazy because it is what it is. I was like, this is out of my element. I don't do this kind of shit. I'm not this type of driver, but I'm here. I know what I signed up for, and I'm here to give a good show. That's exactly what the fuck I said. If they wanted to be grimy, they could have threw that in just so it is like, boof, nigga don't go nowhere. They could have been like, womp womp. You know what I'm saying? But they weren't trying to be grimy or malicious. It's just a lot of things that happen are just questionable as fuck. And I was like, damn, well, what's this all about? Because, I mean, these cars are passion projects, right? Every car that we build personally that we've kept for years, it's because we appreciate them. We really like them. We like to use them. We like to keep tinkering on them and keep going. They give you a price of the car. Reason I said $65,000, that's not the cost of how much it costs to build the car or the cost of the car. That $65,000 was what I told them I would sell it for because they kept asking, "What's the value of your car? What's the value of your car?" Like if they asked me that, if I said $115,000, you and I know how quickly $115,000 can go building a car to this position. But how stupid does that sound, right? For me to put that kind of money in on the car, talking about this is
right. Yeah,
how much money
I peeped that right away when the Z was like, she said 65K. I was like,
right. So what I did, what I told them, instead of talking about how much money I've put into it, this is what I would sell the car for. If a kid came to buy the car and really wanted my car, I'd let it go for $6,500. So that's the value that I said about the car. That's what they put. Like that's what I put in the car. I'm like, no, but whatever, it's just like it's whatever. It's I mean, just like my import tuner thing over there. When guys are just banging keys, the nigga put 1998 RX-7. We know that ain't no FD. This ain't no FD.
Man, that I haven't experienced the video side of it, but the magazine shit.
Oh, magazine stuff is
almost every magazine I've been in, even the one when they fixed the mess ups.
Yeah.
There was typos and you told them this, and then they fucking changed the narrative to suit their what they want to do. So in a nutshell, I mean, because the show's going, man. So you guys were you three guys were like the first to film. Like is that the sequence of winning?
Yep, we're first since none of us made the gate, hit the exit.
Right.
We're all eliminated.
Right.
So it doesn't matter. And this is why I said in my head, because I'm such a rules person, I understood the rules to a T. I understood them. My job is to know rules. My career, 10 years at the railroad, was to know a rule book like this thick, right? So when I hear rules, I'm locked in on them. I understood that no matter how long I lasted, if I didn't get the exit gate, I do not win, I don't proceed, I don't advance, and I don't keep no money. So when them niggas hit me, and I said, that's against the rules, and they're trying to destroy my shit, That's that. Because
Mm.
there's no sense in me proceeding. So Sonya got hit and beat up a lot, but she didn't get the gate. She didn't proceed.
Mm.
That's a wash. You're out. Blood
Mm.
ran into everything on the property. Adrian or whatever,
Mm.
he beached himself and ran into everything on the property. He doesn't proceed. He's out. We're all out. I'm tempering my destruction of my vehicle. Boom! You broke the rules. You fucked my shit up. Do you want to proceed? Nope. I'm done.
Mm.
We out. So
See, that right there also, man. Again, I see it differently, far as like how everybody else gonna look at it. Oh man, you didn't proceed, and then I'm gonna call before it happens. There's gonna be guys like, well, this guy in the other series, man, he drove his shit, to the wheels fell off and blah blah blah. And it's like, okay, well, that's different rules. Hyperdrive was a different rule set in a closed course, and I'm pretty sure they cited it and did different things. Probably, this was a much larger thing. There was nobody in Hyperdrive actively trying to hit you. I mean,
right.
other than obstacles. And then, far as the what is it, man? I was about to say the your rules. Like again, they're dealing with a. I don't know anybody else because I don't know anybody other. I didn't research. Again, I seen Michelle, and we're like friends on Facebook. We never really had a meaningful conversation, so we're not friends. So I was
Mm-hmm.
shocked to see her, and I know she gets down and she's really good in the Laguna, the grip stuff and everything. What she
Cool.
does is the Michelle. I forgot how to say her last name, but she's all over the one of the females.
Yeah, I didn't see the full staff. I guess there
Yeah.
was like a
No.
group chat going on. Cause see,
Yeah.
Farouk kept hitting me up. If anybody follows Farouk, and remember he was trapped in a snowstorm and he was crossing the country from some mysterious reason with a trailer. His trailer slid down the side of an embankment. That was while he was traveling to the Getaway. Now
Okay.
he's hitting me up and he's looking for info. Bro, what's up? I'm like, Farouk, I wish I could tell you. Because I was trying to keep it 100%. We're
Right.
told we can't talk to nobody. We
Yeah,
were
and
in
that's
the
that's that's
hotel and
that's
put in a
major shit.
transport vehicle and told to put our hoods over our heads and don't look back and don't talk to anybody. We're being watched and all of this shit. That's the extent that it was. We couldn't even communicate. I was trapped in a hotel room for 6 days. If I went
Right.
outside my room, they were watching. I get a text message. I was like, God damn, this is crazy, boy.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
they got a. So it seems, well, in that saying, the production, the because the thing about it now, everybody has a camera now, man. So it's like the
yeah.
production and all that stuff they gotta keep in there. But what I was saying before you said that, man, was the I kind of forgot a little bit, but you mentioned rules and stuff like that. We know, like, out there, you're drifting, you're doing whatever, and then you have some kind of contact and stuff like that, and you're not just gonna be like, oh, let me throw it in reverse and back out. Like you can have shit hanging off and stuff like
Ever.
that,
Yeah.
and yeah, man. So, and you even said if you backed up, he would dig more into stuff like that. If you just pulled away, he got the ram bars there. That shit hooks up with some shit, and then
Yep.
now you already got fucking impact and stuff like that, man. So yeah, it just, I don't know, man. I think because I know you,
Mm.
and it's like, man, you. I know you're a good driver, bro, and
Right.
I know you're capable. Like I said, you never hit, and you're up on your mechanics. You never had brake failure doing all these thousands of laps you've done. You fucking Willie. They don't even probably know. I don't know if you even brought up, yeah, Willie bikes and do all this other crazy shit. And you probably
Which
only
is
one of,
brake maintenance on that too.
right,
Which
and you
shows
probably one of
why
the
I'm
only
such a.
guys there that could do the shit you do on a bike.
Mhm.
Possibly, man. So it's like, I look at the thing from the aspect, because it happened to me too. And I remember, again, kind of alluding back to my first pro event. There was some cats there who knew of me, but I didn't know them. And
Mhm.
apparently after the event, even though I got top 16, they were like, man, he wasn't this and he wasn't that. I'm like, do you know the car wasn't even a car 3 weeks prior to this?
Right.
They
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
fucking know the whole ordeal. So now I'm now looking for all the motherfuckers to come out the woodwork, like, oh man, what I mean, it was, you didn't make it far, you didn't do this, whatever, the
Well, you
fact, but
know
they
what
didn't.
I say with that, because my pops was pissed. Pops
Yeah.
took me up from the airport, and I told him how it was. He said, "I want to take a little league bat to everybody's shins," because he was like, I told you, we knew they were gonna do that, but I told Pops, I said, I'm fine with it because this doesn't showcase a driving talent or a driving
You're right,
talent
right, right,
thereof. I
right.
was like, I got a tough break. So
Mm.
I was like, but in my head, because I'm a competitive dude, I'm an alpha. In my head, I've been going so hard on track days and everything else because this has been looming over my head, and I'm like, damn, man, how's everybody gonna feel? Are they gonna feel let down? Are they gonna feel like I didn't put my best foot forward when I did? But the shit that was going against me, that I was going up against, it was just really different, out of my element. So
Right.
it's been in my head, it's been a thought, I can't lie, but I just know, nah, that ain't got shit to do with what I really do. And everybody that comes to the track, that has been to the track when I'm there, they know I stand out for the most part. So
Mm.
it's not, I have to have the confidence to know, yeah, that's all right. You know what I mean? People want to know what I really do and how I really do it. They know where to find me. I don't really promote, but if you find out where I'm at, you'll be pleasantly surprised as to who I am behind the wheel. Really. So, it's just like, it just comes with confidence, bro. I'm alright with it. It was entertainment, once in a lifetime thing. Like I said, I had recently, like I said in that interview, when I was telling him about my brother, it was like, yo, I found the text messages that he was telling me to go do this. Sometimes I get really busy at work. I'm in places that I don't get reception, so text messages kind of get backlogged. Like they'll
Mm.
come in, but you'll hear or you might not even hear the ding. They'll come in, but I don't hear them notified. And when he died, I was looking through text messages, like, damn, man, my bro gone. All the times I missed a text or didn't respond, phone calls, like that was the kind of shit that you grieve with. And I was looking through that, and I found, like, oh shit, this nigga wanted me to go do Hyperdrive.
Mm.
But then Hyperdrive season 2 never came about. I did apply for it when I found that, but it never came about. So when these people hit me, I was like, oh shit, okay, bro, this is what you want me to go do. All right, I'm gonna go do it. So I told him that in a one-on-one interview. I say, this ain't my type of shit, but my brother wants me to do this, so
Mm.
I'm doing it. I was like, but other than that, no, I'm very strategic. This shit is bullshit. This
Mm.
shit is like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, my brother was the turn up guy. He was the I take any chance type person. I was like, not me. I'm a precision driver. So I was like, but I only live once. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I'm gonna rock this out. I was
You
like,
know
it's
what?
cool.
It reminds me of when we saying that, makes you think back, because I keep bringing Piper Drive because it's the last show that kind of somewhat like it
Right.
that came out, and they had that cat, and they kind of, I don't know the guy, the one older cat who had the Corvette, and he was like the multi-time SCCA guy and everything, and he kind of, I don't know if that's his real personality, but they maybe he
They were
jazzed it.
hyping him up or something.
Yeah, and then he did horrible, and he was like, I
I didn't
got
want to
this.
be that nigga. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I
Exactly what
got this,
I'm
I
talking
got
about.
this many wins, and that. And the thing about it, like he's probably on the autocross thing. He's probably
Probably good
no,
as fuck.
he's definitely the man because he got that many wins. I did autocross, and that shit's not it's not as easy as people think it is to navigate cones and stuff like that. So it was like, man, it's that's one of the things. I'm down to do something like this, man. But it's like, man, it's like you can your whole deal could be so tarnished, man. Even though again,
But
you got so much YouTube that's not the case. People who want to find you, they're gonna
yeah.
find you YouTube, and then within the video, they're like, oh, this dude is like that. Really, that's really
Like
him.
that, really. Because, see, I never speak about any wins or any trophies or anything, right?
Right.
But I got trophies all in that windowsill,
Mm.
shit up on the wall. I have the stuff, but you never hear me talk about that.
Right.
I don't talk about it because that shit's irrelevant.
Right.
I do what I do when I do it, right? I don't need to talk about accredited situations and what I like. I just want, if you find me and you see me on video, you be like, that dude's a good time. He's a vibe. This one dude sent me a thing and said he was just watching the show with his kid, and his kid say, "Daddy, that's the guy you always look at on YouTube that's laughing all the time." That's
Yeah.
perfect. That's a perfect description of me. I'm always having a fucking blast no matter what's going on. I'm sharing the vibe. I want to laugh and make that be infectious. I don't want to rub nothing in your face like, nigga, I've been on magazines. I've been in print. I got all these trophies. Man, that shit whack. That's like everybody else.
And that's a time. It's a time stamp, and it doesn't define you. And that's why I vibe with you, man. Because so many guys, man, they get into like that one thing something that defines, like that one moment defines their whole life, kind of,
Nah.
so to speak, and not a combination of of
Mm,
moments and everything that builds up and everything. So I mean, like they stuff like again, they don't know that we know like stuff like you being active in Formula Drift, being a spotter, having being all that stuff, man, and they don't. I'm not saying because I know the Michelle chick was there, so
mm.
I forgot about ABB something
Yo,
like that.
she had a real conversation with me. Like I was saying, I was looking at
Yeah.
her pointing to
Well,
the
not
mic.
not not
Yo,
not not Rodriguez, the other Michelle, but the
oh,
driver.
the rally girl or
Yeah, but
whatever
she's
with her
no,
full
she's a
rally.
grip. She's a grip guy. She's a grip
Oh,
girl.
okay.
Yeah, so
Oh,
she
okay,
she's
okay.
she's she. I mean, she's good.
Okay.
She runs at Laguna a lot. She runs a I think a Camaro. She ran at a FT86 or whatever. Just
Hmm.
one of the competitors. So you'll if you watch the rest of it, you'll see her. But
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
gonna watch it because I want to see how it ended up for everybody.
I try to get her on the podcast, and just kind of one of those things where I mean, it's it is what it
Yeah,
is, and one
yeah,
of those
yeah,
left
yeah.
on red type deals. And it's like, all right, well, it
But
is what
like I
it
was
is,
saying
man.
with Michelle Rodriguez, she was having very real conversations, and I'm looking at her like, damn, you really you like that? Like that's the type of vibe you on? And I'm like, Mike's right? She's just like, man, fuck that. And but she's like, yo, so you're the real, you're like the real fucking deal, huh? I was like, what do you mean? Like, because it's like she's hitting me with movie lines, but that's
Right.
just really how she talks. So she's like, so you're like the real fucking deal. You really do this. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, nothing about me and what I'm about is fake. I was like, yes, this car is 100% bone stock. Yes, I don't give a fuck what I'm going up against. Yes, I don't care about anybody else's talent. I know what I do, so
Mm.
I don't worry about it. Because she's like, yo, you're confident, you this and that. Because this is even after the accident. She's like, yo, you stood down on what you believed in and the rules and everything. She's like, I like that. She's like, you're a real authentic 100% badass. So I was like, yeah. And then I joked with her. I said, and my wife and son will whoop my ass. I come back with some whack shit and the car's destroyed. So she's laughing and shit. And I was like, and this is originally my wife's car that I gangstered from her. I bought it for her. We pieced up. I went and got it because I wanted her to drive an RX-7 daily. Because how cool would it be for a chick to ride a vert slammed arrowed RX-7, But I was like, but I gangstered it from her and took it from her. And this ain't how this car's finna end. That's not the end of this car saga. Is this shit? It's
Mm.
like, nah, she's like, you gonna fix? Oh hell yeah, I'm fixing it. She's like, all right, and then that's when the other thing comes in. So that's what I was saying. When I picked up the RX-8 to originally go for that car was not intended to be a fleet car. That car was intended to go get whooped. I thought it was gonna go get whooped, but I ended up really liking it.
Mm.
And then with me and Michelle vibing in our conversations on set, I didn't know they were real, but they ended up being real conversations. It's weird with actors, right?
Right. They're
I
so good.
don't
You don't know.
know how to
Right.
gauge it,
Right.
you
It's
know?
like talking to a dude like Tom Cruise because they're so good at acting that they can switch into it and you don't even know it. They're
You
acting.
don't know, right? So
Yeah.
I was kind of like standoffish because I didn't know what was real and what wasn't.
And you're and
I
you're and you're not a fucking fanboy, so you're not like egging it out of them. You're like,
Right,
I'm gonna.
like I told her, I I drove my modified car to the movie theater on your first movie of the franchise. We went racing immediately after that. I was like, so I grew up with you. I was like, and that's what she was like. I was like, I'm a fan. She was like, oh, okay, okay. I was like, but yeah, I'm not about to. Oh my God, Michelle.
Yeah.
Nah,
Exactly.
I like that. But now that we're standing here talking and you keep telling me to trust that you're a real one, and I'm like, okay, I trust you. So now I'm like, okay, that's interesting. You're telling me this is real. This is real. Okay, cool. So when I picked up this car, that's what intended to get destroyed. Didn't get destroyed. I ended up really liking it. That's why I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna name that thing Letitia. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? Letitia Ortiz is Letty's actual full government name from the movie. So I'm like, yeah, that car name is Letitia, man, because Letty is a real one. This car ends up being a real one. It got fucked up, but I got the doors. Somebody, like I say, keep the vibes right. I ask who got doors. Somebody plug me in with a dude. Dude say, yo, what's up? It's all good. You come pull them off, you could have them. same original body color. So when I open the door jams, it's gonna be the same actual color. Shit can't work out any better. I'm so blessed and so favored in all of my ordeals. It's just like, dog, the vibes is right. That's why I don't complain about shit, man. You know what ended up happening to make everything right, but everything always gets righted. No matter how wrong it gets.
Right.
So that's why I'm like, this is a great opportunity, even though I didn't fully like how it turned out. But I'm old enough to be like, so well.
I mean, you still on there, man. Again, the way I look at it too, man, is like no matter it's kind of one of those things, and this kind of people's like, oh, it's a loser's mindset. It was like you're already one being there, because I mean, out of all of it, because there's a lot of capable drivers in the world, and they only reached out to you guys. I mean, it's you were
the fortunate ones,
yeah. The algorithm was tight. Maybe your hashtags, they were looking for a certain hashtag or a certain video they seen, like, all right, this. So it kind of all stemmed from, seems like, social media, IG. And,
they directly contacted me through Instagram.
Because I got 2 of those before, and like I responded to one, the other one's like, this is bullshit, and I don't know if that was the one or whatever, but and also I'm in Japan, so it's a little bit different, because there was yeah, man, yeah. I was about to say some other shit, but I had to edit myself. But yeah, man, it is what it is. Again, man, you were there. You got it done. And also, man, I think it might spawn other shit, man, because people can see, they can see behind the facades, and they can see the natural energy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, you weren't like fanboy. No. So for Rodriguez, when she got out the car, was it like the first time you seen it? Because the girl kind of reacted like you guys didn't see
that
it
was
before.
All of our real.
So that's cool. Like, so you guys didn't know if she was involved at all?
So no. Now, and this is what I was saying with Farouk. We didn't know. We're the first ones.
Right.
We had no clue who's there, what this place looks like, none of that. Somehow.
Farouk was on this one too?
Yeah.
So he was on this and Hyperdrive. Damn.
So Farouk was.
I thought you were talking about Hyperdrive when he had the snow shit. Oh shit! How the fuck that, man? Damn, this motherfucker getting on all of them, man.
Some people get lucky. Yeah. So he got to have a blast here. But the thing is, Farouk was trying to get information from me, and I was trying to give him
disclosure.
No, dog. I told him, no. You got to get this how I got it.
Yeah, because that wouldn't be. Yeah.
It's not fair for me to tell you anything for you to have a leg up on anybody, and I want you to have the feels. There's a lot of people that there's people that were telling them what they ain't gonna do. This better not. Nope. You motherfuckers, because they got word through a group chat that somebody leaked information.
Somebody got leaked, man.
That all of them were on a chat thread, and production found out about it.
Yeah, it's not cool. Because what's gonna happen with that is all those people, you can bet they would never get work. They would never work with them again, based off of that.
And you always think about shit like that. I always think about, I was told to operate under these rules. I don't give a fuck what nobody else is gonna do. They're watching us. I know they're watching us. I'm about to be the one dude that did 100% what I was told to do. No matter how annoying it is. I'm disciplined enough to know this is an opportunity. I'm being watched. Fuck it, I just sit in here and watch Gumball. You know what I'm saying? I watch Cartoon Network all fucking day and do push-ups and shit and drink water and sleep and.
Yeah, because we did a podcast out from while you were in there, right?
Yeah, we did a podcast while I was in the hotel.
Yeah.
And it was really weird. Like, it was like when the phone rang, they were like, "Yo, you got to come down right now." It's like, oh shit! So you had to always be ready. So it was such a strange thing. It's like you're locked up, cooped up, no contact. Boom! You get a text message, phone rings, get down here now. It's like, shit. So you always had to be ready. I was just sitting in there. All I was doing was drinking water, Red Bulls, and brushing my teeth. And fucking doing push-ups and shit. It's just like, I don't know what else to do,
Right. So overall, man, I don't want to take up, I'm looking at the thing.
Yeah.
So overall, man, how much out of pocket did this whole ordeal cost you, man? Like, you know what I mean? From what they reimbursed to, like, so the reason I'm asking this so people can understand, when you get, there's no there's no free ride to nothing in life. I mean,
Nah, this
nah,
was real.
right.
So luckily, I got home and I ordered everything. About 600 in
No,
Arrow.
no, no. I'm talking about like the whole the trailer, the plane ticket, everything lump sum.
Oh,
How
that was
much?
on them. At least they footed that.
Okay, so
They
they
footed
footed the
that.
transportation and the back and forth.
That was all on them.
Okay, and then the
They
plane ticket.
invited us to the party and they took care of all of that. But everything else, zero, was
Got
all
you.
on me.
And you had to sign. Of course, you had to sign a release waiver that whatever happens, blah blah blah. Yeah.
But I did film everything that I signed because they're like, yo, sign this real quick and then bring it back. I said, I'm taking it to my room to look it
Yeah,
over.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
like,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I filmed every single thing that I signed. I read it very thoroughly, but I filmed it just because it's like, I just want to make sure that I could even look this over and still agree with what I did. So I have everything filmed that I signed and all of the shit. But yeah, everything was signed. So that's why I was just like, well, I'm here. I know what I'm signed up for now. After
Right,
getting all of that shit, I'm all in.
right.
So yeah, because
Yeah, man.
dudes were looking to back out
Oh
before.
yeah,
There was a
yeah.
few dudes that were like, hell no, I ain't signed up for this shit.
It remind me of the dude that the Puerto Rican dude. He's like, "Fuck no, I ain't jumping that bridge."
Oh, and Fast and
When
Furious too.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's like,
Fast
"Oh
and
hell,"
Furious.
he's like, "Oh hell nah."
Yeah, there's some
For
dudes that got some wind in those group chats. It was Destruction Derby. Niggas
yeah,
said, hell fucking
and
no.
that. I mean, that one thing right there is like, bro, like I could see if you guys they said bring like a 24-hour lemons type joint or whatever that you know what I mean, that was built specifically for that. But I'm seeing like the thing, like these are some people's competition cars.
That Beamer looked like it got the wildest. The green Beamer,
Yeah,
flush stance, big wheels. He
yeah.
must not have got the memo. He wasn't on the Zoom meeting. When them niggas said you gonna get blasted, I said, who are we getting blasted by? They said, don't worry about it. I knew at that point, fuck out of here. That
Mm,
mean y'all gonna send Hummers at us. And so I said, yo, nope, I'm not sending nothing valuable. The
mm.
one dude, you look in the trailer or some of the theatrical trailer, and the nigga has a regular ass Camry
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah, yeah. I seen
Avalon.
it. Yeah, I seen that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
People were like, the dude said you can send anything you want just as long as it's not a side by side or a UTV.
yeah. There's another guy on my. I just seen. I guess I didn't know we were friends or whatever. But apparently there's yourself, the Michelle, and
Hmm.
there's another person on my See if I can bring it up on my timeline that was in the thing that was in the thing. Black guy driving a R32 the Volkswagen and
Yes.
let me see.
That is what is his name? What is his name? What is his name? God damn it! Yeah, cause I walked in and his car was sitting right there, and I was like, huh. I said, oh, okay. So I took a picture and I sent it to him, and it's funny because he didn't get it. He didn't understand the photo, and I'm like, okay, he don't know I'm here. All right, whatever.
Right, right.
So I just talked to him this morning because he didn't know. I was on the show or whatever like that. And yeah, it's just shit like that is it's
Actually,
interesting.
I just put hashtag Getaway Driver now. It just shows you everything that
It popped up.
everybody's like tagging their yeah. So so everybody who's associated, all even your stuff was popping up a bunch. Or everybody that was in it is popping up now with
What's the hashtag? Because I'm so bad at social media. You just put in
this
getaway driver.
hashtag Getaway Driver. Then you'll see everybody who's involved with everything, all the drivers.
Was it the getaway driver or getaway
No, just
driver?
Getaway Driver.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I'm
I
seeing
mean,
one guy got a Ford
it's a
show
dope
and
experience, man. And people that I have no idea that were on the show, I'm now associated with. No matter good, bad, indifferent,
right.
popular,
I'll
not
check out the
popular.
guy's name because I didn't know the guy. I just I was in one of the phases where I
Brian
just
Frozo. It
yeah,
just hit, just
Frozen,
hit my
Frozen.
brain. I was thinking about
Yeah,
that while I was talking. Brian Frozo. Yeah.
Frozen.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yep,
So
yep.
now
So
I'm
we're
associated
actually
with
friends. Yeah.
people that I don't know. Some of the homies that I did know was on it. I let them get an authentic, real experience. Um, who knows, dog? Maybe some of the popular people that don't know who we are now they know. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So shit is what it is. for the most part. I know it just shit is what it is, and I'm gonna watch the rest of the episodes to see if there's some carnage on anybody else's part and who got away, who won. You know,
Right.
somebody had to have got the process right. Somebody had to be a loose screw and say, "Nah, fuck that. I'm going for it." So
Yeah.
I'm interested to see. So from
Yeah.
this,
I mean, well, now that I know he's in there, now I got a reason to. I mean, I'm gonna watch it, but it's like I'm weird like that, man. Where it's like people who I know and support and everything, man. I know and support them. Not saying everybody else is randoms, but it's just like I'm like, fuck, man, my guy. You know, what I mean,
yeah,
I'll say it straight, man. I'm like, bro, he's way fucking better than what was put on, man. Like, and that's you ain't. I mean, me saying it about you is cool. You saying it about yourself is kind of like cringe. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
that's what it comes down, right? And that's what it comes down to, like certain shit on social media.
Yeah,
If you notice, man, I only post like some random off the wall shit or like just business posts or whatever. So it's like, bigging yourself up. It's like, dude, once you get to a point where other people are like, when I tagged you or whatever, when other people are bigging you up more than you bigging yourself up, what I mean, case in point, it ain't a day that doesn't go by that somebody don't post, 100 people don't post something about LeBron James.
right. Yeah, Michelle LeBate is who you're talking about. She's
yeah.
Damn NASCAR driver.
Yeah, she's I mean, she's definitely skillful, man. Again, I hit her up to I haven't to date. I haven't had, for whatever reason, I haven't had 0 women on my podcast, man. I don't know if they.
It ain't because we ain't reaching out.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like somebody pointed out. My buddy pointed out. A lot of the women are just afraid that you're gonna ask them. You're gonna put them on the spot, as far as like mechanics and stuff like that and breakdowns, and like we're not trying to see what you know. I just want to talk to a cool chick, or they just got a boyfriend who just wouldn't allow it, or a husband that's be like, "What the fuck you talk to this
Hey,
guy?"
you never know. My homeboy Mike, he be doing ride-alongs and shit, and the girls be wanting to do it. They boyfriends be dumbass hating. They boyfriends will fucking block my partner. They'll block them from their account. You never know. There might be boyfriends like that.
But I reached out to a good amount of female drivers that are on my friend list. We've been friends for years. I mean, literally years, and then I hit them up. We had some conversations, some didn't. A lot of the FD chicks I hit up, nothing. I just think that it's apprehensive about what are we gonna talk about, or they just shy, stuff like that. So whatever, you know what I mean?
Well,
yeah, I don't know what it is when that stuff.
I don't know. Maybe we get Sonya on here and talk about her experience with the Getaway.
Yeah, man, just link it up, man. You know what I'm saying? Because with that stuff now, it's kind of I like to approach people direct and everything, but now you almost, because there's so many people, so now it's like I'm interested to see after that, because right now it's on Plus. So when is the actual public one to come out? The 19th, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going public.
So it's gonna. So this is good. This is we're ahead of the wave, because this is gonna get edited up and put up today. Like, I'm gonna put this up. I'm not gonna wait till tomorrow when we normally. I want to release it. I'm gonna release it so people are gonna wake up to this. So when it's gonna trend Getaway Driver, so it'll pop up on YouTube. So that'll be cool. So I think this video will get a good amount of views. And also, man, like, I'm down to fucking talk to all the competitors, man. There's no limit on my numbers and shit. Let's get those numbers up to the Joe Rogan numbers and shit. But it's like, in a nutshell, man, I'm just saying, I mean, in your defense, because you ain't yet got to say it, and again, it sounds weird for person to be kind of doing that, and then people are like, well, they really drained your brakes or this and this. I'm like, dude, this shit don't just happen to you when you're that white Arc 7 right there has been sitting there for a while, and I guarantee you the fluid is still in it.
Guarantee you.
You know what I mean? So it is kind of that if they did. I mean, now, like, to play devil's advocate, as people like to say on the movies and shit. Now, if some other people come out and say, "Hey, man, I think some shit was tampered with for my car, man. Like, my shit wasn't loose." So if this is like, so I mean, if it's just you, then it's kind of everybody like, well, nobody else had brake issues. But
right, and that's why I don't. Yeah. And that's why I'm saying with you, we talk about the whole ordeal, and I just made live the vlog of me sending the car off.
Yeah, I watched it.
Everything. You see, everything's working.
I like how you did it, man, because you did it, even though like people don't understand the foresight of doing shit. So you edited, you shot it in a way that you knew you were going to kind of loop back. So that's so that shit was cool. You were on an airplane, like let's take it back. That's some advanced shit that people who are in the industry don't get. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm,
Talking about
mm-hmm.
indie type level and stuff like that, production. And it's like we don't got the teams, but we know how to shoot, and we know how to shoot and edit at the
Yeah.
same time. So that way, when you, I know you like me. When you edit, you shoot all your shit in order. That way, when you edit, you ain't got to go all the way to the end and pull this
Yeah.
video up because you'll miss some shit.
When I load all my shit, I do a dump, and I don't. It's from the cameras. All of the cameras are running at the same time in certain frames. I just look at it, and I know this is. I already have like the storyboard in my head.
Right.
How's it go? I got the other one. The other one, when I get the car back. Matter of fact, the other one is while I'm in the hotel, talking about how crazy this experience is. As I'm in there, like I said, all I did was drink Red Bulls, push-ups, and brush my teeth. While I'm in there brushing my teeth, I get a text message: rush downstairs right now, get in the vehicle, can't talk to anybody, don't even turn and look at them. So I block the number and I show y'all. I show y'all the text message. Like,
what time of day would they get heavy down?
Oh, so that one is I'm gonna go live with that one.
No. When you're in a hotel and everything, is this like nighttime, daytime?
No, this is through my whole experience, daytime, nighttime. So this is just at any time when anything happened. You see me. I set a camera up and I go in and out when I come back from the meetings, the rules meetings. They wanted my helmet to mic my helmet up.
Right.
I took them that and came back. So it's just like anytime anything happened, I cut the camera on because I'm like, I need to have everything real time because I can tell the story, but I'd rather tell the story right then and there. So some of the next video that's gonna be out is a lot of talking and explanation of things, but that's only because I had nothing to do. I'm sitting in the hotel telling you everything about it for now when it goes live. So you get to talk to, or you get to experience me at that point in time, hella confused.
Right, in the moment, in
that moment,
fresh feelings and everything, man. So so again, because we're not trying. I don't want to be like one of those guys that like bag on shit because my guy didn't do as well. Because it's like you're in it, I know you more. I know you. The other drivers on there. Again, I'm just noticing that on my friend list, I got more people that I thought I knew, and you don't. We just we add people to Cool Car. Okay, Ed, we never talked to him. That's just the way it works. But I'm like, as soon as you mentioned, I'm like, I want my guy to go to the fucking championship. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I'm feeling about it because that's the type of person I am. I mean, and I don't hide that shit. Other people be like, yeah, man, look, see, he ain't do as good as I thought he was gonna do. Serves him right.
That's how my wife was like. She was like, I don't like this shit because this shit. She was like, because she knows everything that was going on. So she's
right.
You didn't get a fair fucking shake, yo.
Right.
Hell no.
Right.
I'm
so
like,
it's like
we gotta watch all of it, yo. We're gonna watch it.
And then we already know how the things gonna go, man. It's like people are like, well, if you were prepared to this, and this, and blah blah blah, and all this other shit. Like you weren't there. Sit down on your couch, shut the fuck up, and just watch. That's all I did, man. I'm just watching. I'm like, so I'm a continually. I'm definitely gonna watch it. I was kind of joking earlier.
We at least gotta watch Tell the Homies like Farouk.
I'm gonna watch the whole thing because it's just
Matt the Ginge and all them.
I'm gonna watch the whole thing. I'm gonna watch the whole thing, man. It's just I could, I mean, I think still, man. Even what you going out in the first one and everything, man. People are gonna see that. They're gonna see. I think you set the tone, man, for being like a genuine person. You know what I mean? Because I mean, again, I don't know the other guy with our Corvette seemed cool. That was a nice build and everything, but he was kind of like spicing it way up, kind of the actions, the mannerisms, and things like that. Like if you're actually like that, you would annoy me to be around. Like this, you know what I mean? Like that silly like that silly, uncoordinated energy and shit. That's not, you could just be a chill cat, and then like your facial expressions. How when they would ask you a question, you'd be like, yeah, cool, let's get it. Like your shit was like, you're ready to go. And everybody else probably was just like fanboying out when they realized, Rodriguez is going to be there and everything. Yeah. So it's just kind of that thing where they're so like starstruck. Or I bet some people, man, because some people work this way. Like, again, we mentioned the LZ shit. They waiting for the opportunity to be around somebody and their fucking mind just stops because they don't know what to say. They don't know, maybe I can talk to her and get in a role. They're thinking about some other shit. They're thinking like 30 moves ahead, and they're not even like in a moment for that event. So I guarantee you, just Rodriguez being there, psych some people out.
Right, and I'm gonna show you the screenshot. I'm gonna cut his number off so you can see. But I mean, just to show you, like, as a real genuine situation, these are producers from the show they're telling me how much they enjoyed me,
Oh yeah,
my
yeah,
personality,
bro.
all the shit. So it's just like,
Yeah.
and we're still in contact. Like literally, um, the
I
dudes.
will say one thing, man. Your vert look good as fuck on those HD cameras, dude. Like it look,
Oh,
you know what I mean?
my fucking was spicy. That
When
was
when that shot when you like you had your head down, you look up. I'm like,
yeah.
man, that's like, man, I gotta get some 4K cameras, man,
No,
because
they're like, get this your hero shot. Give us the slow. I'm like, nigga. I'm
yeah.
like, what the fuck?
It was
They got
funny.
this
It's like,
big
hey,
foil thing catching the light, right?
yeah,
And it was burning my eyeballs, my nigga. I couldn't even
yeah,
look. I'm like, I'm trying in
yeah,
those shots. I'm trying my hardest to go like this.
yeah,
Cause I can only do it for like 3 seconds. If my eyes start burning, I'm like, oh shit,
yeah.
hold up.
And what the cool thing is, like, what they people don't really like. You said, dude, and you're rocking pretty much the same attire that you're rocking in the damn thing.
Then there's
You
a
know what I'm
reason
saying?
I did that. Yep.
Yeah, because people see that. And no, one thing I caught because I know it. I was like, oh shit, he got 2 red gloves on.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's like shit that only me and like people in that circle know what that means. So I was like,
all
you know
my
what I'm saying?
old school, wearing my forearm band.
Yeah.
Everything was 100% old school, and I feel like they edited out my chain. I never wear my chain tucked, but
Mm.
that's whatever. But yeah,
But the edits, like you could see, like there was one joint like when you the crash happened, your helmet on, then you had the helmet off, and then they pan back, and then you got your beanie on, like
baby.
flush. So it was like, you know what I mean? But it was, you could just see. People don't understand, man. Like they can. It's like one of those things where we can have a conversation, and I can literally take that conversation, and you be like, man, you'll say some shit like, underage sex ain't cool, and I can edit out underage sex is cool. You know what I'm saying?
Cool. Yeah.
So
yeah,
people don't. They can edit that shit however they want to edit it. It's kind of like, I'm pretty sure you sign a disclosure thing that they will use this footage however they want to use it. They will.
Yep.
So whatever you say and do will be held against you in a court of law type shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we know that. So I don't think it was a defamation of character. I don't know with the car shit, man.
No, I'm 100% fine with how I looked on there because that's me.
Right.
I gave me. It's like what people always say. My homeboy, well, Shamar's cool with Kirk Frost from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Mm.
They're real homies.
Mm.
Kirk Frost always got caught up in a lot of interesting stuff on the show, right? Some people from the show would always say, Scrappy and all these other dudes, you can't get caught up in something that you don't give.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So all I can give you is me. I couldn't give you that, yo, be cocky, be this and that. I was telling the dudes in the Zoom meetings, yo, I can't do that because it's not authentic. I can't act like that. I said, if you catch me in a moment and I'm feeling cocky, you going to get the wildest shit. But if I don't feel cocky, I'm a humble cat, bro.
Mm.
Like, it's tough for me to do that. But who I am, what I am, is very entertaining. So let me just give you that and uncork that. But like I said with the vlog, I said, y'all talking to people on camera in a vlog for you to consume later when I share it with you is a skill in itself that I never knew was really a tangible thing. Because that helped me to talk to that camera knowing that y'all are going to watch it later and I'm giving you me. For real.
At that moment,
my portions of my vlog are what my intro story is. So it's not like I just sat there and some people had to sitting around. No. You got to see me being me at Drift Days. First person camera. That's me. The gloves. You see white gloves or red gloves. You know the vibes,
Right.
So it's like I'm good with all of that because I was being me and I gave y'all me. So when you do find your way to my vlogs, people are going to be like, yo, that's me. You know what I mean? And you're going to get
one thing that's cool too, I'm looking at the positives in it. You were one of the first groups to go out. So those first drivers,
highest ratings.
They're going to get the high, because it's like that's what everybody's introduced to at the same time. Mm-hmm. So you're going to be in the screens of people in southern Mississippi and shit that never knew about you, but now they're going to be like, Lexis King. So that's why, again, thank you for being on here. I mean, it's normal, but I mean, still, man, it's like we continue as the same and shit. I'm just hoping like there's still, even though like you didn't advance far in the event, there's still like some positives gonna come out of it. And I think Ben, so kind of reverting back, because I was saying earlier that I wanted you to kind of contradict myself. That I was like, man, it'd be cooler if you went like a little bit later.
Middle of the.
Yeah, but again, I'm pretty sure their editing thing is just, again, it wouldn't make sense to put one of the gate finishers right at the top, because they want to build that like, oh fuck, the first 6 cars didn't get the gate, and then maybe the next,
to show that it's not easy.
Right.
So it's really not.
Right.
Yo, let me give you a tidbit.
Yeah.
I had my top up, right? When we pulled it out the trailer, we washing the cars and everything. I cleaned everything up. The producer one of the dudes came by and said, "Hey, yo, what do you think about filming with your top down?" I said, "Okay, we could do that if that's what you want." Be like, yeah, let's do that. I'm like, all right, cool. Then we're having a driver's meeting. Okay, guys, there's hanging down 220-volt live wires. They're actually live. I looked at niggas like, is y'all insane? I have a convertible. I'm like, where is this at? You'll see it when you... What the fuck you mean? Just tell me where this hazard that I'm with an open top unit with a dangling fucking hot wire, blood. I'm an electrician. I know how bad that is, and it's at my head or my shoulder. What if it gets my neck? You know what I mean? And it's dragging across the top of people's cars. There's burn marks on top of people's cars.
Yeah.
Come on, cuz. I'm like, you niggas is fear factor.
I'm expecting, with that information, I'm expecting to see some people cars, like, cause that shit,
you're gonna
touch a car, you can see cars fucking like they'll blow the fuses.
Yeah, that could. If it, yeah.
You know what I mean? People don't understand, like, your shit's a ground, and then, like, when, for example, people don't know, because I do electrical, or more so computer electrical stuff, but, like, when you weld on a car, you're supposed to disconnect your terminals, because you clamp onto that thing, so now you have that ground is going all the way through your ECU, all the way through your...
Yeah.
So you got to disconnect the electrical, that negative terminal to not continue that path and everything.
So it was exciting, man. It was fun. It was nerve-wracking. It was primal. It was wild. It was some shit I've never done before, and it was cool to break the norm. So now y'all can find me on my YouTube channel, being the precision driver that I am. And my videos, I don't cut out fuck-ups. I don't cut out mistakes. I just don't make many of them. And when they do happen, I'm like, oh, that's cool. We're keeping that, because that looks crazy, But
with that shit, man, too, is like, we space it out because we do all this shit, man. But I don't know if you peep, like, I've been loading up the quarantine build and everything. And now in those 3 days, I've gotten more activity in those 3 videos.
Yeah, I've been watching.
They're now expecting. I'm gonna put day 4 and 5 together because it was there wasn't no point to kind of edit that little one I did for yesterday.
Put it in the cluster. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, yesterday I was doing an oil pan and everything, and I ran out of time. Well, not ran out of time, but I was doing some other shit. So I was like, man, it's not really worth an upload for just oil pan cleaning. So I'm gonna combine day 4 and 5. But I noticed, like, I post all these videos and get no responses. Then you post a cluster, 3 videos in a row, and people are like, oh shit, daily content. And it seemed like that's that's what you got to do now, because if you're getting like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks post, and we do a podcast, but like the podcast is like long-term format and everything, so the videos is like, so I've gotten dudes that like, oh man, this is cool. I'm like, bro, look back, like this is nothing compared to the shit I've done before. So I always say that, hey man, check out the old videos, because this is not anything new. I've been doing this for years.
The people I really fuck with, I really ride with, is the dudes when I'm not uploading videos. Because that's why I stopped the grind doing 3 videos a week. Whatever. I was doing that, but I was like, I'm working myself to death, and I wasn't having fun doing it. But when I stopped doing that, and I give people the uploads when I get them, dudes are like, yo, I've been going back in your archives. This shit's crazy. How you don't have more support? How you don't have more blah, 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 people shouting?
I love it. That's about that right there.
I love that.
When you get that, you should have more subscribers. That means like the person's like, what the why? I mean, why does he have this number? And it's like it's kind of luck of the draw. Like, how did PewDiePie become like the #1 game? Like, he's not really interesting as a person to me personally. He from the couple of videos I've seen, but it's like, what does he do to make him like that, other than being a good gamer, puts him up there? So it's like, it's a luck of the draw. He's one of millions of gamers out there with channels. but his channel is just. I'm not sure if it's number one anymore, but it was for a long time the number one rated channel in YouTube. And then you look at the content. All you got to do is press power on, record content. We got to go to the track. We got to go fucking fall off the bike. We gotta risk life and limb.
Said that he said, dude. He said the thing is, your driving is good, so you don't make mistakes. Nobody's growing with you. They're just coming this. And there's like, oh, he's mashing, or oh, he's doing this and that. So I get peaks, like the video pop up, be like, oh, that was sick, oh, that was dope.
Right.
But I have like real hardcore supporting dudes that come. They're on all the videos. I see them all. They're commenting, the DMs. They're referring to shit on conversations. That's cool. Certain people, if it's not like a new this or a new that, or hey, let's build something that ain't on YouTube or something super obscure, or I go pop in on Mike's channel and they be like, oh, dude, back, man. He's the greatest. He's cool as hell. He this and that. But those same people don't loop back around to my content because they like Mike's content. When I'm there, they're like, dude's an awesome additive. But when you go over there to my stuff, first person driving, first person motorcycle or something, they don't get the antics or the shit talking or whatever. And so Mike always be telling me like, man, be like you are. Whatever. I always try to explain stuff with context, and he like, sometimes I just don't relate. He's like, how no matter how good your filming, editing, your driving is, and how much of the story you tell, he was like, if it ain't random, it may not bring hella people. I was like, well, I'm fine with that. I was like, I'm actually cool with that, because the people that do come, that do 100% fuck with me, I talk to each and every one of them. So I think that that's more rewarding to me. And then when I'm not uploading and dudes are going back and they can go back 3 years worth of be getting mad entertaining shit, they know what my alley and my genre is. And when I'm not uploading, they go back and feed through all of it. So I like that. I dig that shit, you know?
Yeah, that's true, man. That's true and that stuff, man. But again, we'll wrap it. We're definitely going to talk more on it, man. Definitely, you know what I mean? For me, it's intriguing, man, because of all stuff you watch, man, it's just crazy, man, how, yeah, man, it's, well, one thing that's like, I just picked up goddamn Stars on Hulu last night to watch Power Book, because I just binged on that last night, because I pretty much didn't watch any of it. So that ended pretty good, cool. And I see they got the Kanan joint coming out with kind of showing.
Yeah.
So they killing it. It's like, man, this is gonna be a normal thing, man. So guys are there, man. Like I'm using the quarantine to get my shit ready, because let's say I got a fucking call.
Yep.
Only car I got ready right now is an RX-8 and a Subaru rear-wheel drive with a diff that blows when you breathe on it. So it's like I got the skills, and it's like you got it. So guys are there, man. You just got, and we all got. I'm running a business, and that's not an excuse. I'm running an international business. I'm busy as fuck. I got all this stuff going on, but still, man, it's like I gotta get the cars ready, because if there's something that comes down, you get a call. Sometimes you gotta be ready to rock. The Vert was already ready to go. You had to do some little stuff on it, but you just got.
Was ready for the call.
Right. So what I'm saying out there, guys, like with all these networks, all these channels, there's gonna be more opportunities to come up, and it ain't got nothing to do with Hollywood anymore. The production's gonna be Hollywood level, but there's Hollywood that's not the only cats in the bag now. So you got Netflix, you got Hulu, you got fucking Discovery. It's like, who has cable anymore?
Right,
I mean, then you got YouTube Premium. Like, I mean, YouTube alone, like for example, the Motor Trend. I was watching Motor Trend a bunch when it was the cats Finnegan and Freiberger, the Roadkill, and then they went behind a paywall, and that killed it for me. Honestly, like shit like Rogan. This Rogan switching over to Spotify, even though it's free, I'm like, man, everything is on YouTube. I just don't want to open up Spotify. So I essentially haven't watched any Rogan podcasts in like the last 3.5, 4 months. Like, really? I don't know, because it's just like he was on YouTube, and it was just everything was streaming there. So it's like you got to bring up another thing. So for this Discovery shit, as soon as I finish this thing, I'm going to cancel it, because I don't really watch anything on there unless I'm, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's kind of oversaturated, but at the same time, this is cool, because it ain't only Netflix no more. It ain't only YouTube no more. And also, it ain't only Hollywood no more. So you see Schultz, you see all those guys blowing up on YouTube.
Yeah.
Then they got the paywall shit where they go behind and you get the exclusive shit, which I'm about to do on my channel for the and actually, so the let you finish up, man. The little joint I'm doing with this quarantine build is a test to see how people will react to constant uploads.
Yeah,
And
right.
also I used to do write-ups a bunch, so I'm really good at explaining what to do. So I was like, I said in one video, I'm like, I'm not teaching, but then I end up dropping knowledge. I just can't help it. So I'm like, this shit ain't gonna be free. So as you can see, I didn't put every step by step. I kind of flashed through it.
Yeah.
And if the response is good, then I'll get pretty much a members only where they can pay for it, live tutorials.
That's what I want to do with like my real reckless shit.
Yeah,
that I
do it, because they'll definitely
post.
the little jab, and then like if you want to see the rest of the shit, because I'm gonna buy it. Tell you straight up, I'm gonna buy it because I'm like I want to see the crazy shit. But it's like that's what they're doing now because YouTube is doing that shit because they're like, all right, we don't want to pay you as much, but we give you an opportunity to make as much. You know what I'm saying? If it makes sense, they're gonna give you the opportunity because that's money straight to you. I don't think they take a percentage out of that, probably maybe 50 cents or whatever. But there's a bunch of comedians that are making $100,000, $200,000 extra additional income a month, just based on the OnlyFans or not OnlyFans, but the YouTube Premium, not YouTube members or whatever it's called. And you got the tiers, so you can have the low group, then you can bump it up.
Right. Yep.
So I can put the
motorcycles on this tier, car shit on this tier. Yeah. I've thought about it. I've definitely.
I'm definitely gonna do it, man. Because I'll do a test thing and see how maybe do like a full tutorial, like, hey, this is how you do that, and then see how it goes. Because if it's not lucrative, then I'm not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not gonna do it. So so it's kind of it's a two-way street with you got the channel, you got the content creator. Then you got the people who watch it, and I say in the video, hey man, I'm down to do these videos, but if I'm not seeing the support, I'm not gonna do them. So I mean, that's saying, hey, if you wanna do that, share this shit around, subscribe, because people will watch your shit and watch your whole video and then click off. I'm like, dude, you watched the whole video. If I watch a video and I click off, it just obviously means I'm not interested. There's nothing wrong with it. Everybody's not interested in what we do. If I watch a whole video, and I've been subscribing like a motherfucker to pro Supercross riders, because all of them got the same shit but different. One guy likes to keep his foot on the pegs when he corners. One guy likes to put a leg down. One guy likes to tuck his shit up all the way up under the front fender when he corners. So they're all doing it. They're all pros, but they all do different shit. So the AJ guy to subscribe to, I subscribe to MX Factory, which actually they had some drama go down right as I got on. They lost their property, so they're looking for another venue. And so there's like so much shit out there, man. But if I watch a whole video, what I'm saying, long story short, because I'm rambling, if I watch a whole video from start to finish, I'm subscribing because obviously I watched the whole fucking video in one setting. As busy as I am, why not subscribe? So that's the biggest thing out there, guys, watching, listening, man. If you're down for us and do that, man, just click the fucking button, dude. It's like you just click on it and you're done. You know what I'm saying? So that's it's a weird thing that you get all these views. So my thing is, if I get 100 views, those should be 100 people subscribing. But again, we can't make anybody do anything and everything.
Yeah, we can't make nobody do shit. All we can do is create this goddamn content.
Right, and just put it up there, man.
High quality. If you find it, you fuck with us, we appreciate it.
Yeah, that's all it is. So this is long form talking. So again, this is guys new to podcasts because I'm gonna SEO the shit out of this, like not like none of it before, because I want to support my man here, and also like it's just like I kind of got like the keywords. I kind of use the same keywords and I kind of change the stuff, but I'm gonna really go deep on this and try to get the direction your way, man. Like I say, positives out of the negatives. You were the first to go, so you're gonna be the first face that people see. So I think you three guys out of that group are going to get the biggest, because let's call it how it is. It's a give and take. You're giving those guys your energy, and they're getting the production, and your byproduct is now you're a face to people who didn't know you yesterday.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely gonna. I expect the numbers to jump up, and I'm gonna do my part to help that. And like I say, man, that's what I do, man. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh, here's my guy Lex, Getaway Driver, cool, go do it.
Right.
Like, I'm gonna have it on the podcast. We're gonna talk about it multiple times, and as it progresses, we'll probably talk about it again to see if we're right on the aspect of them changing things or doing things on the fly, because it seemed like, because even in a hyperdrive, they had a joint. Remember they changed on the fly when they had the water cannon spraying the windshield.
Yeah, blowing out.
It blew her shit out.
Guns on people's windows.
Then you notice they didn't spray this shit direct no more after that, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that shit blew her fuck. I'm like, bro, that blew glue out of the fucking windows. Don't come out easy like that.
Right.
That shit, unless she just had the glass replaced before they flew the car over, and it didn't seal good. But that shit blew the glass completely fucking out the goddamn frame inside the car.
Crushed it, yeah.
Yeah, man, that could have killed her.
For sure.
That could have killed her, man, and everything. Luckily, stuff in there. But you see, they was like, all right, well, we're gonna spray the water cannons over the cars, not directly at the car. So, that's one of the things. It's kind of cool to see that on the fly, but I do commend them for keeping it raw and keeping the emotions raw. Because if you guys would have had a meeting with Michelle before, I think it would have, it would have changed the tempo or whatever. Maybe you're like, fuck, that's really Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. It's all good, man. But hey, man, I want to keep you safe. You did about an hour. We're already at like an hour and 30. So let me get
good,
you.
my brother. It's a short one for you.
Yeah.
Pinku Pie shorties on this one.
Yeah.
It's all good. Y'all go watch it. The Getaway Driver. If you got Discovery Plus live right now, you can get up on everybody on the premiere episode. For everybody else, it's going live on Discovery Channel, national television, 19th, next Monday. Gotcha. So you're gonna be able to get to see it.
Bro,
those of y'all.
Take if you could, man, take a picture of your if you got the YouTube creator, and to screenshot your analytics, and I just want to kind of check in on it throughout the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
So that'll be cool, man, to see, because I'll like to mix it in on the next podcast to see. This is real, man. Like, I mean, you're gonna see the numbers. If your YouTube doesn't bump up to like 10, 12K, I'll be shocked.
That would be wild. I would be shocked if it does that. But I don't.
Well, because they didn't really ask you. So. They didn't really ask you, like, what's your. I just think people are gonna put Lexis King, and then
that would be cool. Yeah, right. If you did that, and that's why my IG is my name.
Right.
My YouTube is
right.
Kings.
Because like we mentioned before, man, even though he didn't win, we talked about him before. I try to get him on the podcast. Phil Stretter.
Yes.
Even like he, out of that whole joint, man, he maximized. He was number one in the maximizing, like the.
Yeah, he did a good job.
He did a good job on that, man. You see it tethered off after a little bit, but he did a good job. I hit him up. Maybe I hit him up now. He'll get on the podcast and respond to me. But I hit him up in that first thing, and he was just like, "Nah, Doug." Like, he didn't respond to it. So I was like, "Hey, cool." You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Really?
I'm not gonna. But I got Woodbury on though. But that was in the beginning of our production, so it wasn't really good. I just, I didn't have none of this stuff in the background, so. It is what it is and that stuff, man. But this is a trend, man. I definitely think I'm thinking again, keeping it positive. I think this is going to be just a stepping stone to some other bigger shit. Yeah, man, it's definitely going to be some good stuff, man. So even with that, man, I'll let you have the final words and everything. Whatever you want to say, and then we'll wrap it up, man.
Man, it's all good. Promoting positive vibes and good energy, because. All the other shit is whack and overplayed. It's overplayed to be mad at shit. It's overplayed to stress about shit. Right. Be good vibes, man. Be the dude that you want to meet when you walking down the street.
Yeah.
Hello, how you doing? That's a good vibe exchange. So that's all I promote. That's all I'm about. I have a ton of fun on violence, on this R6, on this RX-7, on all my other RX-8s. That's all you get on my YouTube channel is a good fucking time, and I kick it with my son a lot.
There you have it, and then watch out for him, man. He's coming up, man. He's coming up. So all you guys out there slacking on the. I'll get out there when I get on. This dude gonna bust your ass in a drift car and on a bike. You know what I'm saying? And he's under 25.
My baby boy.
He's under 25 years old and everything. So it's gonna be some good stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing how that's gonna progress. I'm looking forward to seeing how when he grows up a little bit more, man. It's gonna be. I already foresee the content of y'all just banging doors and doing all types of shit, because you got to.
When can we go? I'm like, come on, guys.
You got a companion that can slide with you, man. That's kind of similar to me, man. Because my kid's gonna do bikes, cars, and then martial arts. So it's like, it's pretty cool to have a son that you like that he's actually big enough that you can actually physically train with.
Yep.
And not hurt him. And it's like, hey, let's go train.
We get to build our ultimate opponents.
Yeah.
If you think about it,
right.
we want you to be as good or better than us.
You gotta
But
be.
we're
Man.
so alpha, we want to still beat you, even though we
Right.
created you.
Right.
Ain't that some shit?
So it's kind of like Michael Jordan, his son. Like you don't really hear. I think he tried to play ball, whatever, or went to college and stuff, and they just didn't really. Just that shadow was way too big to, to overcome. And then I heard LeBron, dude, his kid is pretty good.
His kid is wild, but his kid ain't the best on his team. There's some other kid that's better on his team. And I think that's the cool thing about my son. If he decides he wants to do it, he doesn't have to live under my shadow.
Right, because it's a different type of vibe. If sports is a bad analogy, because that's always it almost like it's almost always Ken Norton Jr. He was he was one of the few guys that actually did, I think, in a spectrum of things, did better than his father, kind of as far as notoriety. But then you see Ken Norton Jr. or Ken Griffey Jr. Ken Griffey get his father was good, but it's Junior is definitely, so to see that, sit back as a dad and like fold your arms like that's my motherfucking dude right there.
Yeah.
There's got to be a great feeling, man. So that's just all I look forward to doing, man. Anyway, man. But anyway, guys, just go ahead and check out the Getaway Driver on Discovery Plus right now, available for the guys that's on Discovery Plus. 19th will be available to Discovery Channel. So if you want to see it right now, I'm going to plug this. Get on it. Go see it. It's $4.99 for the one free trial, 1 month. So I mean, they didn't bill my shit. So you can pretty much go in there and watch it and then cancel it. I mean, this is what everybody does. They know, but they still gonna get that subscriber, so they still win. So it's not that they're giving you a free trial.
They're gonna see the influx and see what it's. Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, everybody. That's why they do it. They're not gonna make you pay $69.99 to get on there because nobody would do it. So I just went on there $4.99. That's a double cheeseburger and some fries. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And get it done, man. So support out there. Support your people, man. Again, like my guy Lex right here. It just happens to be that he's been on a podcast way before the thing. It's not going to change nothing. But it's like for me, man. I'm that type of guy that I'm legit happy for my people.
Hell yeah.
I'm not gonna be like, oh, well, I didn't get the opportunity. I know I can drive just as good. I got as many cars and stuff like that. But it's like it ain't about that. He's there. You're not. That's all it comes down to. When you look at the top 32 FD, that's the top 32 guys that are in that event right now driving, and you're home doing whatever the fuck you're doing.
Right.
Top 16 guys, you can say people suck. The Tyler Hall guy, I actually seen him.
Oh man, we're gonna have to talk about that.
Yeah. I want to get the motherfucker on the podcast, man. Cause I think we should. Do you know him? You know what? Know him at all?
DMs. A roundabout way. Yeah, we'll send some DMs and see what we could do.
Yeah. Because I mean, I'm like, I feel like, I just feel like he's kind of like you see the Conor McGregor shit when he broke his foot. I think he's one of those guys where, because I threw out some stuff before. I don't know him, and that's uncharacteristic of me because I hate people do that shit to me. But I think he's kind of like he's playing the heel role, man. I think he's playing into it. But I mean, then when I seen him go against Odie, I'm like, this motherfucker actually drive. I never really followed him, but I'm like, dude, he can actually drive.
Yeah.
He can drive for real. And it just, I'm like, so I seen him like, nah, this dude, people was like, he's saying he's sucking. I'm like, nah, dude, I think it's situations. And he just leans into
There's a petition going right now.
Really?
They're talking about revoke Rad Dan, Tyler Hole, Kyle Mohan.
On a premise of what? Inconsistency or?
They crashed. This is what they're saying. They crashed. They suck. They're this. They're that. They want them to revoke their license. I guess you could play into that. You could be a heel if that's the type of things you're doing because you get on people's bad sides for no other reason aside from being competitive. You know
I mean, that's nobody's ever gonna be happy with everything. I mean, you see when JR went up to what you call his door, and the Papa Doc is like, "Hey man, you gotta go." And like, you see the words back and forth, and that's probably the first time people see.
Oh really?
Yeah. You got
our JR story.
Yeah.
Our JR story. Formula D ran down on us like the goddamn FBI and took every fucking memory card out of every camera.
Oh really?
Yeah, they ain't want that shit getting out nowhere.
Yeah, so and you know what? Saying that, I'm pretty sure that thing's edited out there right about now. It seems like they kind of
on the live stream because didn't they edit people's shit out of the live stream?
No, they edited JTP up saying, I knew that was edited out. So I guarantee you, they probably to keep JR in that light, they probably edited out the part where he was pretty much talking to. It was just him and Asbo. And then the team was like, "Get out of here!" Pretty much. He was like, well, "I'm talking," or something like that. And he went back, and he was direct, and there was some eye contact and some testosterone flowing around there, man. So
Hey
And then Pop
man,
Doc is like, hey man,
JR hopped out of his car,
mm,
ran down the hill to Justin, stomps his fucking hood, walks up to his door, kicks his door. You want to keep hitting me, bitch? Motherfucker. Y'all
mm.
ain't seen all that shit.
Nah, I
I
ain't
done
see
seen a
that.
lot of shit.
That's not egg grease. That's not good for Ford racing, man.
Oh, they pulled all of that footage, my boy.
Yeah,
They
that's
pulled
not
it
good.
all.
That's
But
not
we
good.
got it.
Yeah,
But it
yeah, yeah,
haven't seen the
yeah.
light of
That's
day.
it's
But
not. That's what I mean. So I mean, I just see a lot of people. You know, I don't know if he's been on Maximus and you know that whole stuff, man. But
yes,
I just what killed. I watched. I watched the event because I was doing some stuff, and I'm like, the track was kind of like, you know, whatever.
I turned
Then
it off halfway
yeah,
through.
and then it's
I
like,
couldn't.
man, the fucking bias. I almost want to watch it with. I wish they had a version with no commentary, man, because they just make me irritate
Mm-hmm.
me. It's like it's like they are defending themselves live. Like when JR said the judges and I guarantee you that shit. I guarantee you right now if you look at the live stream that's not in there when he said that.
I'm gonna go
He
look
said
at it to try to find it.
no. JR was like they panned in and right was JR said the judges are playing mind guessing. They're trying to guess. Well, JR said the judges are mind reading.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he said the judges are trying to predict what the driver was feeling is what he said. So if I'm correct, if you go back to the live stream, I guarantee you that it's out because as soon as he said that, who's the
Where was
DA
that?
guy?
Top 8, top 16?
No, this was the final battle, like the top the top 8, top
Oh,
4,
Final Four.
final
Okay.
4, yeah, because
How about-
Jr. hit you know, Osbo suspension broke and he was like 8 cars behind, and then Jr. straightened up. They said Jr. straightened up and that caused Oswald to get the win. But JR was out, and he did straighten up, but JR was
okay.
out, out. So if you see the thing, then he went over like, dude, I was 8 cars ahead of you, and they gave you the advantage because he had straightened up before Oswald stopped or something like that. It didn't make sense to me too. So it was like it goes, and then the thing about it, the run before that when Odie and him, Odie, it kind of he bumped Odie off the track, and Odie was pissed. He was nice
Mhm.
about it, but Odie was like, dude, like I got pushed out. And he Odie kept his composure. He seems like he's a really really nice guy. But watch what Odie says, man. He's like, dude, I got pushed out the fucking track. And then so Jr. won. And then the next run, you win by the judges. And then the very next one, now that you're against, so they said that. So it's like that one statement that he said, and which comes like, oh man, I don't think they read minds. It's like, and that shit's like petty that the announcers are like on a fly. Fucking like trying to do demo damage and like trying to protect the image, and then I call it like a fucking shit, man, because they ain't gonna come fight me. But the Maximus, I'm on a group and everything, and and I don't know Paco and I don't know those guys. They personally, they all my friends. If they watch this, as far. Cool, like, subscribe or whatever, get me on your shit so we can talk about some real shit. But it's like, man, you just I can't. I almost want to leave the group because it's like you spend so much time trying to defend FD. I'm like, bro, let it happen how it's going to happen. Don't try to paint shit the way they said it that way. They said it that way. And I'm like, that shit right there gets annoying, man, where they probably getting some money and support because they always allude to the Maximus Drift podcast and all that crap or whatever. So they want to paint that PC picture and always defend the judges and always defend. If they made a shit call, it's a shit call. I don't give a fuck who you are. And that right there, man, just the actions of doing that means that I don't really want to meet you in person. That's how I roll. Because if you're going to edit some shit like that, when you know it's a biased shit and you want to edit it for the cause of making you guys' relationship better, like, nah, if you're wrong, you're wrong. If you're right, you're right. If you're in between, you're in between. That's how it fucking rolls to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So
yeah, I mean, shit just is what it is. I like reality. If it happened and I could see it and I confirm it, that's what it is. So whenever things happen and people make excuses for it, why make an excuse for it?
No, if something honors it, not I want to say excuse, but an explanation, then I understand, and that's it. No more, no less. You said, you shut up, you off about it, and you go on. And I think even for me, man, I always kind of bring up business because I can't help it. I'm in my shop all the time. When customers be looking for that extra explanation, like, dude, your shit leaks because this seal was bad. We're done. What the fuck else you want me to tell you? You want me to say it leaks because my son had a toothache? No, because you don't. That's none of your fucking business. So people be so used to that elaboration. Like if you're late somewhere and you show up or whatever, oh man,
I'm
I was
late,
late.
my nigga.
It's not. they actually, the person that you walk in a room, they acknowledge that you're late. Okay, you acknowledge I'm late. Are you gonna kill me? You gonna beat me up?
This one dude, I was doing on my story,
Yeah.
and he said, "Damn, bro, my OCD, your cable management is fucking with my OCD, man." I said, "So, look at your, be happy that your shit is managed good."
Yeah,
I'm fine.
So he expected, because that social media shit, he expected you to be like, well, nah, man, I'm waiting for the little Velcro bands to come in.
Instead of saying, hey, congratulations, you're on national television. Nah, bitch ass nigga gotta hate. So hate, nigga. I don't care.
Yeah.
I got a power cord hanging here. I got a stick cord hanging here, and I got my DirecTV shit right there. It's 3 cords. Get over it. I don't give a fuck about them not being brought together, bundled, and put in a runner that's the same color as my wall. I don't give a shit.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's you, man, and that's what I'm saying. Like we're in a small group of people now that actually we're older. We move with the social media shit, but we don't be on social media explaining ourselves to people. And that's what I kind of got back to. And again, Ryan's one of my new guys, man. I was like, man, you don't owe these motherfuckers anything. They didn't unless they did an OnlyFans for you and pay for that engine, like that's your shit, bro. Like I know it's kind of alluding back, that's why I kind of wanted to get on, but we was talking about some other stuff. Is like people be like, they feel like they owe people an explanation when they ain't do shit. Like if you're, for example, if you came, say like Lex sent me, if you sent me like $2 million to invest in my company, and I'm not, and then like it's an agreed investment, I'm supposed to turn that profit, get you the money back or whatever. It happens all the time. If we go on like 2-3 months, 3 months, I'm not like, hey man, everything's going good, it's progressing, we're looking like this. You're like, hey man, what the fuck's going on with my money? What's going on and stuff like that. So that amount of money deserves a fucking weekly check-in, to be honest.
You damn right, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I got my guys that I borrowed some cash from. It was under 10K, and they like cool about it. It ain't hurting them, but I hit them up like every month, like, hey man, this is how we looking. Do you want the increments, small increments, or all lump sum? He's like, hey man, lump sum. I don't really want the transactions like that. So it's like but my thing is I hit them up. They know what's what. They know I didn't go default and shit like that, and that's cool. But I think the social media and stuff like that now, again, like I just kind of beat it up, man. There's people when you talk to them, they're expecting that long, drawn out, heartful fucking explanation on shit. When you be like, no, this is it. This is what it is. This is what it's gonna be, and we're done, man. And talking about this, because you want to put the best foot forward, and just talking about it now, and just kind of that's why I like the podcast. It reinforces my thoughts. So when I go to interact with a person, I'm thinking about the podcast, and it keeps it, like Joe Rogan said, these podcasts hold you accountable, man. Because when you say some shit, even if you only got 100 views, people can link up 4 different podcasts where you're saying shit. And there's a few guys I left recently where they do say that I beat this guy in this mountain, I did this and that, and every time you go on a podcast, you're saying some different shit. So what do we, you know what I mean? What do we believe in with stuff like that, man? So it is what it is, man. We always get into that shit somehow, some way, man. So again, man, guys, we're at 1 hour 47 minutes. We're gonna do this on 150. That's gonna be my guy Lex right here in Richmond, California. Again, go check out the Getaway Driver. And again, guys, it's easy for us to talk. That's why it's so natural, and we always flow, man. So I'm looking forward to actually doing when I getting there in person, man, and doing a podcast right from there. I kind of messed it up with Alan. We did a podcast at his shop, but the fucking audio cable, the Y cable, we tried to double into it, and the audio was, so I got the video but no audio. So I'm like, fuck, man. So it was like, my fault, because I knew I should have had an external recorder for audio. I fucked that up, so my bad on that. But I was already there. I already flew there, so I was just there anyway. So that happened, but live and learn. And I gotta get one on order, man. So again, Lex, thank you for the time, man. Guys, thank you for viewing, like, subscribe, and share if you would like to do that. And yeah, man, just keep it real, keep it easy, man, and you'll find yourself less stressed out, being yourself, being you, and not fucking promising nobody nothing out there, because you only owe yourself and those directly connected to you, your family members or whatever. You don't owe no random motherfucking dude who hits you up 12 o'clock at night. Like I get all the time, like, no, you'll fucking email me or we won't do no business. I don't care who the fuck you are. So it's like, don't feel like you owe people this WhatsApp, Instagram, all that shit. It makes, and I'm on the other side of that too. When I actually got to be on a podcast, I'm probably one of 30 people that's hitting them up. So I can understand that they ignore me. We don't have anything close. So again, out there, nothing personal. If anybody's watching this podcast, you feel like I said something slighted you, hit me up. We'll talk. You know what I'm saying? And I'll let you know exactly what I'm saying because I ain't scared of you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying nothing out of malice, so we can
Yeah.
talk or whatever. So don't ever feel like I'll say some shit and you maybe think I'm talking about you. If I'll say your name if it's pertinent, or I'll just move the fuck on, man. So let's keep it like that, man. Really 100. Again, major respect to my guy, Lex, being on the Discovery Show, and it's only the beginning. I feel, man.
Yeah, man. We just having fun, and we're gonna continue to have fun, man. So I appreciate you jumping on with the interest and the support, my brother.
Too easy, man. It's 100% automatic, man. There should be more people out there doing this. Unfortunately, everybody ain't for you, man. Nobody they could be on your buddy list, and they just ain't for you. They just around to see your fucking fail,
They
man.
just around to see.
They just around to see it, and it's like, you know what, man? I'm not. Just go ahead and stick around, man. Stick
Yeah.
around, and that's all. That's the only thing you can do out there. So guys out there, don't be. There's clearly guys out there that hate, and there's clearly people out there who are jealous. But don't be the guy online. Oh, he hating, she hating, because sometimes it ain't everybody. You know what I mean? It's the way you're putting shit forward, and you're building a half-ass car, and you're always under delivering. So people are like, man, like you're really not that guy, man. So don't be like that. Just do your thing, be real, and people will come to you, man. It'll come, and case in point, man. I'm not like looking down on people now, but like I took the 5 years off to do my business. Now I just watched D1 Lights the other day, bro. I'm about to go in there and wreck shit, dude, really quickly and then move up, because it's like not that when I was there, people graduated on, and I was running my business, so they've graduated up to the GP, FD, JP, and I'm like, bro, these guys can't even hold a line. I'm like, I already qualified there. I know I could drive this track in particular.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's like I think the time away to grow my business was a good thing, and also I'm in a better position now where I got my own schedule, I got my own trucks, I got a bigger support ring all over Japan, so it set me up to make people be like, oh fuck, this guy can actually really drive. Like, yeah, yep. Motherfucker,
it takes one opportunity to show your worth.
Yeah, man. So it's all good. We got it. And like I say, man, I know you ain't feeling it like that, man. And I know it's not something that's bothering you. You already said that you used that already to fuel you further, so it's already a good thing. So I know
I'm going hard out
here. Yeah,
man.
So
streets,
I'm just telling you, like, man to man, like, I mean, your stock ain't dropped with me. It only went up. You know what I'm saying? So, because I guarantee you, man, you got friends out there who probably were hyping it up, and then they seen what happened. Like, oh fuck, man, I was hyping this shit up, and this happened. I guarantee you, man. I'm just being real. There's somebody out there who was hyping this shit up for you, and they probably won't contact you or probably won't say anything because maybe they don't want to say the wrong shit.
But see, the funny thing about that person is they feel competitive spirit in their heart, and then they see me at the track and they gonna say, "Oh, he didn't do this on the TV show."
Exactly.
Ass handed to him in real life.
Exactly.
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 I forgot he was like that. I was tripping thinking about the TV. Fuck that TV show.
Yep.
I'm like that.
Dude, like I told you for the magazines, that's what. Every time I go to a track, motherfuckers be like pointing and scoping, and then when I go and run, then I got all the mob at my car. Like, oh fuck, you can really drive. Like that magazine told you I couldn't drive. They put a picture of me crashing my fucking car up a hill in the first fucking top corner of the magazine when you open the page. And then you put everything else, so like it looks like this motherfucker just crashes and shit. Like, nah, dude, they just wrote it like that, and you know what I mean? They didn't tell you that the dude hit me up and said, hey man, bring this raggedy ass car that you just got. You're gonna drive against a guy in a fucking D1 GP prep car.
Yeah.
The day before, we ain't making this shit up, man. We ain't making this shit up. And like I say, I don't want to, not to down the opportunity. Like I don't know what the fuck happened with those brakes, man. Like that ain't sitting well.
We don't either. I don't either. Still, that's why I said, you know what? I just wanted to know what happened. Yeah. Nobody told me what happened. All right, fuck it.
That ain't sitting well with me.
Okay.
That ain't sitting well with me at all. Something's up with that, man. And like, only thing I can say, man, and I don't know if you check, man, is just pull back the carpet and look under the pedals. If you don't see no fluid there, then
everything was. Yeah, I did all that.
You did all that.
Fine. So I was so puzzled, bro.
Yeah.
And I started looking at everybody like, "Hey, yo, y'all trying to sabotage me?" But
I mean, bro, like we know that. I mean, we know this shit happens, bro. Like this is Brandon Lee. That somebody put a real bullet in the blanks.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, that wasn't a fucking mistake. That was an assassination on camera.
Sheesh.
That's assassination on camera. That wasn't a mistake, dude. Why would there be a live round anywhere on that set?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
But, somebody said, in this portion of life, what's the theme of this portion of your life? I said, my theme for this portion of my life is, but did you die though?
Nope,
Whatever I
nope,
go
nope.
through, but did you die though? Nope.
Yeah.
Alright. It was a blast then.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
But, all right, man. We about to fucking start up another hour, man. But again, man,
mhm.
thanks for Lex for starting. And this is the third time we're trying to get out of this motherfucker.
We rocking, man.
Yeah.
So,
Lex from Richmond, California. Just gonna be dying sign up from South Japan. Again, be sure to like, subscribe, check out KOE Family, check out Lex_King_24 at Instagram, check out all Pinku Style on all media, so you can't say you didn't find. You put Pinku Style in that bitch, and my shit will come up, not Pink Style. That's the other guy. Yeah, Pinku Style with a U. So it's gonna be dying signing out. See you guys later. Peace.